Moments later, I caught up with Rajendra Pachauri, the chair of the UN's Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. That panel, Pachauri, as well as Al Gore, won the Nobel Peace Prize in 2007. Pachauri was in the middle of taking questions from other reporters.
Why is the conference still discussing 2 degrees? The World Meteorological Organization said everything is increasing much faster than anticipated. Why is the emerging science not?
Well, I think there are 2 reasons. I think the countries that can really make a difference have not really got sensitive enough to the plight of the poorest of the poor. I think that's a harsh reality which we have no choice but to accept, and I hope that will change. And the second reason is that, climate change and acting to reduce emissions of greenhouse gases would affect every sector of the economy. And there's a certain inertia over there. There's a certain vested interest that almost sees that as an enemy of business as usual. So I'm not surprised. I mean, this is something that we should have anticipated. People are not going to give up their so-called benefits. They're not going to give up the profits that they are making from what they are doing business on. And it's inevitable that you will get this kind of resistance. But I think truth will triumph and science will triumph.
Do you think 2 degrees is enough?
Well, I mean, let's begin with that. I mean, it took a long time to get at least some degree of agreement on this limit. So I think the next step will come when the science emerges by 2013, 2014.
Do you think the U.S. is offering enough in terms of cuts in greenhouse gas emissions?
Well, as far as the U.S. is concerned, I mean, let's face it, for 8 years they had no action. So I think they really have to take one step at a time, and I hope they don't stop there.
Dr. Pachauri, you said if people stop eating meat once a week, it would help on the issue of global warming. Why?
Why? Because according to the FAO, there are 18% of the emissions of greenhouse gases are associated with the livestock cycle. In fact, there are other estimates which indicate much higher emissions from this source. And I think if we make adjustments in our lifestyles, then even a small step like this can really make a difference. It would bring down emissions, who knows, by 3, 4, or 5%.
Just if people stop eating meat once a week?
Yeah, and they'll be healthier. I keep telling everyone, you'll be healthier, and so would the planet.
Are you a vegetarian?
I've become a vegetarian for this very reason.
When did you become a vegetarian?
About 7, 8 years ago.
Rajendra Pachauri is chair of the UN's Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, which won the Nobel Peace Prize in 2007.